Hello, my name is Joseph Kozhimala, and this is an instructional video on the Rey-Osterrieth-Complex figure. Now, this test was meant to analyze a person's cognitive ability as well as strength of short-term and long-term memory. And the reason for that is that a person first copies an image as presented here, and then tries to copy the same image from their short-term memory. Then at their delayed interference, they try to copy the image from their long-term memory. And how they draw the picture and the drawings are compared to see how well they memorize each element.
Now here we have an individual demonstrating the first step of the test, in which he copies the image as presented on a screen. As you will notice, he will look back and try to observe the image as he tries to copy it down. He is not part of the experiment, but rather only here to demonstrate the procedure of this test. His main objective is to try to match as many elements as he sees on the screen to his drawing. And he is done. With the first part anyway, he still has to do the second part of this test, which involves copying the image from his memory, which is much harder since he doesn't have the image itself to guide where he puts his lines, shapes, or other elements in his drawing. And one can observe from his reaction that this task is much tougher than the last one, which requires much more thinking rather than just looking at an image.
Finished.
Now on to level 3. Now this one is called delayed interference, and the interference being introduced is him reading a passage so that his memory gets interrupted by the information presented on the reading. This is meant to disturb his memory even more, to make it even harder for him to copy down the image from his memory. Now the real challenge begins. For now, he has to copy the image from his memory upon receiving a delayed interference of up to 10 minutes. And the reason why this will be much harder is because his mind has had more time to be exposed to more things that will further disturb his memory. And his memory of the image and the elements, lines, and shapes of the image. Now it could be reasonable to believe that all the images from levels 1, 2, and 3 will show a significant difference, since they are drawn at different time intervals from either copying the original image or from memory. And the person's depiction of the image will be different from simply copying it down from memory. However, the differences may be subtle or may be great, depending on his intelligence and cognitive ability. So the following are the images that the participant drew out upon copying the figure. And as you can observe, he did miss a few elements. Only 1 or 2 elements. And if you could see that pattern of mismatch or incorrect copying of the image is shared between the immediate recall test and the delayed interference test, which shows that the person adapted the behavior from the immediate recall test to the delayed recall test. However, on top of that, he demonstrated great cognitive ability and great strength of memory, and for that I congratulate him. Well done.